Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy FRE, $ H Fresh at a Fly Boy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. I don't know if you guys can see, but I was up late night last night playing NBA 2K. You know, when you get into the zone, you like you look up and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and you be so tired. So my son woke me up this morning. I just finished dropping him off, and at school, and his birthday is tomorrow, and he gets a 12 o'clock day. So I was just trying to get into the meaning of things. I got to get some food. I don't think I want a bagel today, so I think I'm gonna get two donuts. I know it's not the healthiest choice, but for those that know they have to wake up early and get to work, sometimes you gotta rush and get what you can when you get in the energy, man. Shout out to everybody joining the room. Welcome to Jeep Talk episode 19. Don't be one-dimensional in a three-dimensional world. Some people say it's a four-dimension, but let's just say don't be one-dimensional in a three-dimension world. Now we're going to talk about this with three different aspects, and we're going to get into this now because, like I said, as I watch them back, I realize that sometimes I want to just start the thing right away, even though there's not a lot of people here, because I know YouTube takes a while to get the notifications out. Because when I watch it back, I wanted to go smooth through. We're going to talk about three aspects of dimensions when not being one-dimensional when I speak about that. We're going to talk about the aspect of life. In life, don't be one-dimensional. We're going to talk about the aspect of content creation. Don't be one-dimensional. And we're going to talk about the aspect of travel. Don't be one-dimensional. Because those are three, of course there's other things, but those are three major communities that I'm part of. I'm part of the life community. I'm definitely part of the content creating community, and I'm definitely part of the travel community. So I want to keep focus on those things because I think that if not all of them, one can help everyone because everyone's part of the life community. Some people are part of the content creation community, and some people are part of the travel community. So I think not being one-dimensional in any of these in any facet of life is important. So we're going to start with what I consider the most important one, which one is life. In life, when you're one-dimensional in life, I'm referring to only having one way of thinking. As far as if I want to be if I want to be a business, or if I want to be a basketball player, right? Because that's what a lot of us as kids wanted to do. A lot of us as kids wanted to be sports stars. Let's just say sports star. If I wanted to be a sports star, right? And I focused let's just say basketball. I wanted to be a basketball player. And I focused my whole youth on doing what it takes to be a basketball player. Meaning, I'm not going out with friends. I'm going to basketball camp. I'm not in being social with people. I'm working out every day. I'm getting into shape. I'm in the best shape. I don't focus on my schooling. I don't care about the education. I just want to be in a D1 school so I can get to the NBA. And that's all I do. That one dimension, it can end up being horrible because at the end of that, if you get to the level you think you want to get to, when you get to that level and look back and realize that your entire life was just trying to be a basketball player, I think, in my opinion, there's no way you'll be satisfied with yourself because all you ever did was do that one thing your entire life. You focused on that one thing. You didn't start a family. You didn't start a business. You didn't travel the world. You didn't learn about different things that you may be interested in. You focused on that one thing your entire life. And then you look back and say, hey, was it worth it? I think, me personally, the best life to have is a balanced life. And a one-dimensional person won't have a balanced life because you're too focused on just one dimension of life. There are people who want to be doctors, lawyers, go to school. You want to get to college and all that stuff. but then you don't want to go get a regular job or learn about financial education, which puts you in that one dimension again, where you get trapped. And I personally think that's not the best way to go about things, because when you limit yourself to one dimension of life, then you limit yourself to life. You limit yourself to life. And we'll get into that part later more, maybe. Let's move on to the next one, y'all, because I want to get the 3 out, and then we can talk about it. You guys can ask any comments you want, any questions you want. You know, this is Jeep Talk. If you're just coming in the room, it's Jeep Talk, episode 19. Don't be one-dimensional in a 3-dimension world. I don't know if any of you guys seen the thing, but let me explain what 3-dimension is. 3-dimension is height, weight, length, anything more than just length. Anything more than just length. Pause. Anything more than just one line is a 2 or 3-dimensional life. So anything more than just one way is a 2 or 3-dimensional life. So let's move it on to as a traveler. As a traveler, you'll hear a bunch of people say, no. Let's move it on as a creator, because the traveler one is going to be very, very intense. The travel one is going to be very intense. So let's move it on to as a creator. I'm going to shout you guys out while I got a red light. Shout out to Barks in the building. 215, what it do? Travel Squad. Salute. Appreciate it, man. Clayway TV in the building. Terrence Hill. Tia, good morning. We on our way. Welcome to Jeep Talk. All right, so now we're going to talk as a creator, being one-dimensional. Unfortunately, and I like YouTube's platform, I like what they have going on here, but unfortunately, because people follow the algorithm when they want to get views, or they want to get notoriety, or they want to get acknowledged by other people, because in order to do this, for the majority of part, you have to follow an algorithm that says, hey, you as a creator can only be one-dimensional if you want to succeed or overachieve on YouTube. Meaning, if you come out on your channel, and on your channel you're specifically talking about crayons and coloring books, if you change that one dimension that you're on to something else, we won't promote you and you won't grow. Let me break it down to something that we know. If I, on my channel, as a creator, am one-dimensional, and every single video you see is me with a woman or a chick, or me showing a woman, it, to me, is not a good way to do your channel, because for me, I think life is more balanced. Now, the good way will depend on your outcome that you desire. If all you desire is to get money, then yes, one dimension may be for you. But if the amount of time it takes to significantly make a lot of money consistently on YouTube, you could have invested that money or invested that time in something else that would have made you a lot more money. Like trucking, like maybe education, maybe learning a new business outside of this content creation world. So for me, being one-dimensional in a content creator space is not the best idea. There's also being one-dimensional, meaning you only are accessible on one platform, or you only do one type of video. Now, when I say one type of video on this aspect, I don't mean when you only do like videos on women. That's not the aspect I'm talking about. For those that are content creators, now you guys will know this more. If you're not a content creator, maybe just follow along. And on YouTube, there are multiple sections of videos and multiple type of videos that they now separate. When someone does something, they do it for a reason. So if YouTube now says, hey, we don't only have videos, but we have shorts, and we have lives, and we have podcasts, and we have community tabs. That is their way of telling you, hey, we no longer want you to be one-dimensional, just working on one form of content. You need to be multi-dimensional if you want to consistently have a growth that you desire. Now, maybe they still want you to be one-dimensional when it comes to the type of content you put out, which, again, I don't think is the best idea. But they're clearly saying, as a content creator on YouTube, if we give you all these tabs to fill out, but you only focus on one, and you're at one dimension, you are not going to succeed on a consistent level. Now, what a person considers success is really up to them. But for me, what I consider success is not just a level of doing well. It's a consistency of being able to do so over a protracted amount of time, over a long length of time. And if you're one-dimensional, I don't see this ever working. Now, of course, it's not just one dimension. There's two dimensions or three dimensions. There's that borderline of 2 dimensions. Some people say there's 4 dimensions, meaning you might be a creator in travel, and in travel you might make shorts, and you might make long form content, and you might make and it doesn't matter if they don't have to be equal. You can have different levels. Like, you might be bigger on shorts, or you might be bigger on long form video, or you might be bigger on live or podcast. But the fact that you have touched every algorithm, I think that is a better way to live if you want to be successful as a content creator. You should not live in a one-dimensional world. Now let's move into travel, because actually this is going to get a little bit fuzzy right here because we're going through the mountains again. You guys know the mountains times, so I'll try to shout you guys out. Actually, I want you guys to hear when I shout you out. But if it starts to get breaking up, type 2 in the room, and I'll make sure I'll extend the conversation until we get clear. And when it gets clear again, type 1 in the room. Oh shucks, I was went live. My fault, y'all. When you're only in one dimension of travel, no matter what it is not a good thing. And not one dimension is better than another one dimension. Let me break it down for you guys. Now, I don't know if this live is probably jamming up. When I see the number jump, I just think the live is jamming up. So I'm gonna give it some time before we really get into we get out of this area right here, y'all. Because at least I want you guys to hear me. I want you guys to at least hear me if you can't see a clear picture of me. I want you guys to at least hear me. So we're going to wait till we get out of this part right here. All right, some gas too. Got to get some gas. Part 2, like hearing y'all difference though. Part 2? I'm not sure. Let me read it all this second. All right, y'all. Hold up. I just want to make sure. I know this part is we're getting out of the part where it's the service is messed up. So bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I'm trying to get out of this part as soon as fast, quick, and hurry. Again, if you're just joining the live, we're going through the mountain part, so this is when I gotta slow down a little bit. But we are on Jeep Talk episode 19. Don't be one-dimensional in the three-dimensional world. And on the aspects that we've touched on so far, we've touched on don't be one-dimensional in life. Don't be, if you're gonna be a YouTuber, don't just be a YouTuber. You're going to need to have a career, because I've seen recently a lot of people who are just saying, I quit my job and I became a YouTuber. But they have no passive income or income that's recurring. They don't know where they're going to have it. Some of them even have children that are doing this. Now, I'm not here to tell you what's right or what's wrong. But what I'm telling you is that it's not a successful strategy for the majority of people. It's proven. Two, we talked about it not being one-dimensional on the content creator aspect. In the aspect of don't create just one type of content, because it will limit you to where you're at. It will limit you to where you can reach. And to me, I put the base of success on, and we're getting out of the mountain part. I put the base of success on being able to do something for a long time, continuously at a good level or a high level. All right. And now we're going to get on to level 3 as a traveler. It is not good to be one-dimensional in a 3-dimensional world as a traveler. As a traveler, there are many reasons why people travel. Some people travel to explore. Some people travel to find another way out. Some people travel for women. Some people travel for culture, for architecture. Some people travel because they're looking for love. But when you're only a one-dimensional traveler, meaning you travel only for one thing, well, then you limit your access to fully understanding the world. If I only go somewhere and I'm traveling for culture, then the information I'm getting is only going to be what's in the books. It's only going to be what the mainstream media wants you to hear. Because on these travel tours, when they show you the culture, they're showing you the culture perspective that is inclusive of the world. And the majority of people, when you travel, well, then you have to be able to connect with the locals, and as well as connect with the people from areas that you don't agree with. Example, if I'm looking for love and I go overseas and I only deal with non-pros when I'm looking for love, then I won't understand when I see a pro and that there's a difference. Because in my mind, I'm going to only deal with one kind of woman. So when I see a woman who tells me she's this type of woman, but I don't know the signs to show me she's not that type of woman because I don't deal with pros, then that puts me in a place where my one-dimensional way of thinking when I travel has set me up for failure. There's a lot of, and we discussed this before, there's a lot of people out there who think they got a regular chick and they got a pro. Because they've known and they've been so much against, I don't deal with pros. I'm one-dimensional. I don't want to deal with any woman that's a pro. I only deal with regular girls. But having this one-dimension state of mind, it messes you up because now you can't tell the difference between two of the different women because you don't have another dimension to understand it. Cool. Don't be one-dimensional when you travel. Because if you're going for over there just to build a business, you're going over to a country for the one dimension of only building a business, but you don't network with the people, you don't learn the language, you don't meet up with people who are from your country over there to connect, you're just going over there to run a business, your business will not work. Shout out to Flip Flop. Shout out to Dean Cole too, but shout out to Flip Flop, shout out to Dean Cole. Shout out to everybody that tried to do something and went about it the right way, about going and trying to connect with the people to learn. The reason why I say this is because everyone don't do that. Everyone don't do, shout out to Flip, what Flip Flop did, where he networked and what Dean did, when they networked with the people around, with trying to get accustomed to the business in another country. But then when you fail, it's because you didn't do what they did. You can't be one-dimensional at any point. You can't be one-dimensional at any point. You have to be open-minded and most content creator, and just in life in general. And just in life in general. I can shout you guys out now. Give you some time. Give you some time to brothers comments and stuff. When we come to a stop, we'll I'll shout you guys out. But yeah, man. And when I consider something success, I consider something success when you've done it for a long time. A long time meaning 5 years or more. Matter of fact, a long time really 10 years. My fault. No, I'll say 5 years more. It makes you a professional when you've done something. Another Jeep. When you've done something for 10 years, to me, and you've done it successfully for 10 years, that makes you a professional. When you've done it for 10,000 hours and you've done it successfully for 10,000 hours, that makes you a professional. A lot of people are considering, and this is my opinion, it's not towards anybody, this is my opinion. A lot of people, and who said this to me? Somebody, I forgot his name, DJ something. I think DJ Torch, I think his name was. He said this to me at one point. He said, yo, there's a certain creator that people follow. And the DJ Torch got mad because he said, this guy that everyone's following and listening to is not an expert, but everyone listens to him. But you don't have to be an expert to garner the attention of people. That doesn't make you an expert. What makes you an expert is that you've done something successfully for 10 years or more. You've done something for 10,000 hours or more of success. So then I go, hey, I would never blame a creator. If a creator is got a following or have people listening to them, who in my understanding, from my long-term career of life, because I'm 39, or my long-term on YouTube, I would never get mad at a creator who's teaching his or showing his followers something that I, for myself, has seen over time has been to fail, that it doesn't work or it doesn't help people out. I would never be mad at a creator or be mad at the fact that people follow that creator. I think that is beneath me, and I think that is not. I think that's a one-dimensional way of thinking things. When I think you're wrong, and I think nobody should follow you, because even if I know that I've seen your path and it goes down bad, for me, knocking the people who follow you or knocking you for teaching people what you think you know, I think that's beneath me. That's not a good way of thinking. But what I do is I just sit and I always say, yo, I've been through this already. Give it 10 years. Give it 10 years. Because if in 10 years, the way that you think about something and the way that you teach people turns out good for them, maybe I was wrong about one dimension when it comes to you. But if you can consistently see that 10 years ago I was doing something and now I'm doing it still, travel. 10 years ago I was doing travel. And we're gonna stop. I'll get your comments when we get to work. 10 years ago, I was doing travel. More than 10 years ago, but let's say 10 years ago, I was doing travel. Now I'm doing it, and I'm at the point where I'm getting ready to buy a property overseas. So I would say that's a success pattern. 10 years ago, I was doing life. I was doing life as mean I was in life. 10 years ago, I was 29 years old. I didn't have a place. I didn't have recurring income. I wasn't financially where I'm at now, financially free. 10 years later, I'm worth $1 million net worth minus liabilities. I own three income producing properties. I've traveled the world. I'm able to go somewhere every other month internationally. And I own one of my properties on the water in Miami Beach, down the street from Jeff Bezos, the third richest man in the world. So in life, I feel as though I'm more successful than I was 10 years ago. And as a content creator, 10 years ago, I was 29. As a content creator, 10 years ago was what? 2014. 2014, I had 600 subscribers. Now I have over 100,000. 10 years ago, I didn't have a million view video. Now I got a million view video and a 25 million view short. 10 years ago, I wasn't, most importantly, able to get my message out to everyone because for whatever reason, YouTube wasn't pushing my content. Now they are. So I just showed you in all aspects, as a traveler, as a person in life, as a person who creates content, how I've been doing this for 10 years successfully. So I would consider myself an expert. I would consider myself an expert because I've been doing it for over 10 years successfully. I've been doing it for over 10,000 hours successfully. If I can't look at you and say the same thing, I can't consider you an expert. But I'm not. But I won't create. I won't correct. I'll try to enlighten a person. I'll try to enlighten a person to another way of thinking. But hey, I've always understood you can't. You can take a. Not this is general. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. I can tell you that you shouldn't be one-dimensional in a three-dimensional world, but you can't. You might not take it. And I know sometimes I do push forward because I see things that people don't see. But I think, I'll still keep doing it. I'll still keep trying it. But, I'll probably take a little bit easy. I'll probably just let people see with time. Because, in life, it just, I learned a long time ago, you teach the people who want to learn. But the people who want to learn are willing to listen to someone who's already proven what you're trying to achieve. I personally think I'm going to slow down on trying to enlighten everybody because I realize there are so many people that don't want to be enlightened. They don't want to be enlightened, and I know everyone has a different path. Some people want to just be one-dimensional. Some people want to be two-dimensional in the three-dimensional world, and you just got to accept that. But back to the thing I was saying with the DJ Torch situation. You have no right as a person to tell someone that they don't have the right to teach people, even if they're not an expert. All you can do is wait it out and let them see 10 years from now. We finally made it to a place where I can stop and look at some of your comments. Hopefully, you guys, this ain't. I never really know until I go back and watch it, whether or not this video was cutting out or stuff like that. But we ain't Dunkin' Donuts. Get some donuts real quick, y'all. And then after Dunkin' Donuts, we'll get to the we got about like 10, 15 minutes where we'll get to the comments. I'll get to the comments now, actually, because I don't want to keep you holding up. I realized last time I was last time I did it, I realized that that I left y'all in the pool. What's going on, man? You get 2 donuts there. You know? No, we get donuts there. Good morning, ma'am. May I have 2 glazed donuts? Question: how much for a dozen? That's it. That's it. I just want to have. How much for a dozen?
Dozen is $14.99 and half dozen is $9.49.
Well, a dozen is how much? Okay, good. So I need, all right, that's cool. Thank you.
You need a dozen?
No, I just want 2 right now.
2 glazed?
2 glazed, yeah. Pause.
$2.73.
Thank you. Oh, that's change. How much?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I have a medium coffee, juice cream.
Medium the cream.
All right, y'all. I know it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but I need napkins. I know it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but when you're on the move, you gotta be on the move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, definitely not the healthiest thing in the world, but it's the life of our trucker. All right, so when I get to the what's the name, we'll get to your comments, but let me see. Hopefully this live wasn't too laggy. All right, we're back in the Jeep again. If you're just joining the room, welcome to Jeep Talk episode 19. Don't be one-dimensional in the three-dimensional world. If you're just joining up, we talked already about not being one-dimensional in travel. We talked about not being one-dimensional in life, and we talked about not being one-dimensional as a content creator on YouTube or wherever platform you on, or whatever platforms you should be on. again, with life, we learn new dimensions. When we're first here and we're first born, we only know one thing. But over time, you learn more. Now, just because you're older doesn't mean that you're wiser, because a lot of people didn't go through a lot of stuff to really be able to learn. But again, myself, when someone has shown, and I'd put the standard at 10 years, successfully doing something for 10 years, then it's difficult to see why, me personally, I don't think I would consider someone who's done something successfully, what I consider successfully, for 10 years. So I guess maybe that's the difference. Maybe the difference is what someone else considers successful is not. That's why when I told which I consider success, I laid it out for you guys. But I think that to successfully do something for a contracted, be successful for a long period of time, you got to be multi-dimensional, man. You got to be. There's no way around it. There's just no way around not being multi-dimensional when you want to succeed. I'm gonna get to y'all comments and then we'll head inside. I don't think there's too many comments today. All right. I'm gonna shout everybody out again because we're finally pulling up. We got time to sit and talk. You guys got any questions? You can ask now. We got about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes before we head out. Okay, so we'll see. Barks, what it do? 215 live from Paris. Travel Squad, what's going on? 100K, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Clayway TV, Terrence Hill, Tia, hello again. Dawson, what up? James, what's going on? What it do, bro? Okay. You ever went bowling in the spot that Zoe just uploaded in Colombia? Place look fly. No, that place looks super fly. I've been bowling in Colombia. I just came back from Medellin, but I went to bowling in Santa Fe Mall. And the bowling in Santa Fe Mall is dope, but it's less lanes. So you gotta reserve. You can't just walk in. You gotta reserve because there's less lanes. And I think they're both dope, but I think the atmosphere and the one that he went to looked a little more doper. It looked a little more doper. But the one that I was in was fun. It was fun in Santa Fe Mall, but I might check out the one he went to another time because they had a pool table. They had the I don't know if it was an event, but it looked kind of dope. It could look kind of dope. Rick Johnson, how USA economy, how USA economy to invest in trucking. I'm trying to word that different ways. Maybe you say it again. Travel Squad, very true. And the creator can become stuck in the algorithm. Yes, that's another reason. Because once you do something and you consistently do just that one thing, you could become stuck in this algorithm where you might eventually get tired of playing basketball on your channel. So now you got to either create a whole new channel, or you got to yeah, all right, cool. You got to create a whole new channel, or you got to tell all your followers you're changing, and then you might lose a lot of subscribers. You might lose a lot of people, or people might just not want to listen to you because you've been doing something else for a long period of time and just switch your channel to something else. So yeah, Travel Squad, I believe that being stuck in an algorithm can make you forget your purpose of why you even creating content in the first place. Because for me, I know everyone doesn't have my mind state of it. For me, I just wanted to tell my story. But some people get caught in a one-dimension algorithm where eventually they just say, okay, I just want to make money. But then they forget that when they started because they wanted to tell their story, or they started because of some reason like that. But only that creator can know whether or not they're stuck in the algorithm with trying to chase views, or trying to chase subscribers, or trying to chase anything, rather than just putting out the content that you really want the world to know about you. It's the Carter in the building. What's going on, man? Carter 4, what up? Window seats only. Part 2. Like hearing y'all differences though. Not sure what that means. Yeah, that creating one type of content keeping different vlog series. Let me read it again. I don't think I understood that. Yeah, like creating one type of content. Keep different vlog series. I think you said again. I think 3 is the number that you can consistently do, because you don't want to be all. I don't feel as though you want to be all over the place. You don't want to be all over the place where you're not one place in general. But I think for me, my channel is about my life. That's the main thing. Then my life breaks down to 3 different categories: family, finance, fun. What's up, bro? All right. Under family, you'll see me and my kids. You'll see me with my mother. You'll see me with my grandmother. You'll see me with my cousins. Under finance, you'll see me talking about passive income, telling you how I became a millionaire, telling you how I'm able to travel the world. And then under fun, you'll see a lot of travel, but you'll also see me with my boys, me with the people I grew up with, me dating women, because I feel as though 3D is the best way I can tell you my whole life, show you my life. So one day you might see me with my snacks. The next day I might be teaching you how to use your 401k over 10 years to become a millionaire. The next day I might be showing you my son graduating from kindergarten. That's being multifaceted. That's being different things. One day I might drop a short. The next day I might drop a long form video. The next day I might be on Jeep Talk talking to y'all about Jeep Talk episode 19. Don't be one-dimensional in a 3-dimensional world. That's how you have longevity. Again, I'm only speaking because 10 years ago, I'm doing better than I was on YouTube 10 years ago. I'm doing better in life financially and mentally than I was 10 years ago. I'm doing better as a traveler. I'm going to places more often, learning the language, and when I say better, I don't mean going to more places, because I can go to 6 different places. It doesn't make me better for me. What makes me better is being able to network and intertwine with the culture when I go to places. So yes, I could be one of the travelers, and this is no disrespect to anybody. I could be one of the travelers who say, yo, I'm trying to go to all of the countries in the world. But for me, traveling isn't about just going to a place and getting your passport stamp. It's not about just showing people new different ways, all the different ways, rather, all the different places you can go to travel. That's not travel to me. Travel for me is about interacting with the people and building something and networking somewhere where you can plant your flag. I can go to Brazil and be there for a while. I can go to Colombia, of course, and be there for a while. I can go to Dominican Republic and be there for a while. Because for me, traveling isn't about the architecture. Traveling is about the people. Let me see. Connor Parker, what's going on? What's going on? Clay, wait. Oh, bro, I won't even try. Double A, what's up, man? Nom cookie. Chris Vasquez, top of the morning, what's going on? 10K hours is a master your craft. Expert. That's why I call it expert, but yes, master your craft. Big facts. Chris Vasquez. Window seats only. Do you believe in having a it's not broke, so don't fix it mentality will get you passed up in life? Because you won't take any chances until it hits the fan? I don't think so, because it depends on what the person with that mentality wants out of their life. For example, if I wanted to be a better creator by the view of masses, I would listen to what everybody else says. But if I'm only trying to tell my story, then what other people say wouldn't matter to me. Because if the goal is not to be the best creator, but rather to tell your story, then it doesn't matter if you think I should go to this country and do something. It doesn't matter if you think I should edit my videos this way. I should add this to this way. Because it would be one-dimensional if I was trying to be a better creator. But if that's not my goal, then that's not the dimension I'm in. If my goal is to tell my story, then the only one that can know how to tell your story better is you. Or tell your story in a way that you want it to be seen is you. So would I say if it's not broke, don't fix it is a limited mindset? I don't think so. I don't think so. It depends though. Mr. Sasua, what's going on? What's going on? Carter Consultant, talk that network talk, man. Listen, I think that if I was just showing you all the stuff, dog, come on, bro. I just came back from Colombia 3 times this year in the last 3 months. Flights alone are $500 each. If I was just showing y'all, I had the Airbnbs and I paid for everything by myself and everyone. So if I was just showing y'all what I do, I think it would be bragging. I don't think that would be inspiring. I don't think that would be motivating because I would just be bragging about, yo, look at this, look at the cars I got, look at everything. I can show you my sneakers. They could be fake by your standards, by people's standards. They could be from China, and I pay way less. But I can tell people why I economically do that, and it's not bragging. But if I just say, yo, y'all got real sneakers, and I got a bunch of houses, and y'all ain't got that, that'd be bragging. I think that would be bragging. I got a bunch of stocks and 401k. I got all this stuff I can show. That would be bragging. But you can't. But me, I feel as though that's a one-dimensional way of thinking. You got to understand everyone has their own life and the way they think about life and the way they want to live. And there's nothing, neither one is wrong. But for a long, consistent amount of time, 10 years or more, what do you say, a master at a craft? It's difficult for me as a master of my craft to listen to somebody who's not a master of their craft. They haven't been doing it for 10 years. So it's like, I understand it when you say if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I understand that there's different dimensions, but you got to understand what I said in the last live. You got to have a certain amount of success over a protracted amount of time to be able to really inform me in a way where I will really take consideration of it. Success is all perspective. I think so too, Mark. I think it is all perspective. And the perspective is based on the person. That's why I always tell people, hey, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. This is my perspective, this is my opinion. Shout out to bro A1 Day 1 Kings and Dreams in the building, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? Jajo, what we talking about? We talking about Jeep Talk episode 19. Don't be one-dimensional in a 3-dimensional world. And we are living in a 3-dimensional world. So if you only are doing one thing, whether it's in travel, whether it's in life, whether it's in content creation, then that puts you in a one-dimensional world. I mean, one dimension in a 3-dimensional world. Lisa Pay, what's going on? 10,000 hours is the standard. Part of that is the learning process. It's a fact, Jay Brash. That's a fact, Jay Brash. That is a fact. Go to school. That could help, but school ain't always the best place for education. School ain't always the best place for education. Yeah, I got an associates in accounting, minor in marketing, but it's not the best place where I learned the most about marketing. It's definitely not where I learned about how to invest money and do stuff like that. So school can be a place where you find education, but it's not always. James Salas, what's going on? R. Kelly, I appreciate it a lot. R. Kelly and Diddy. Sonic Rings, do you still kick it with the short afro Latina? She was cute. I don't know which. No, I've had a lot of short afro Latinas on my channel, bro. I don't normally leave on a bad note with the women that I meet. I don't really leave on a bad note. Occasionally a woman might not agree with how I'm doing stuff, and I say, well, best of luck to you, but I don't ever leave on a bad note. So I don't really have anyone who I couldn't say hello to, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know what you're talking about. Shelly Shell, Jesus, oh, we not going through that one. RJ Kid, you sound like Kanye West. Which Kanye West? Which Kanye West? Jihad, what's going on? That's what I'm talking about. I can't mess with content creators that's broke, that's nothing to show for it, but travel internationally. That's weird. I understand people could say that's weird. To me, I understand it's not weird to me, but it's not something I would really, I get it. It's not something I would really consider to be something I would want to follow. Like, you can't, I mean, for me, it's difficult for me, and there's nothing wrong with his opinion. It's difficult for me to listen to somebody about life if you're not where I'm at in life. or past, where I feel as though you're past where I'm at. Or same thing is with travel. Same thing is with content creating. It's just difficult for me. But I still don't think yeah, it's difficult. Daniel, I don't know what that says. Jerry Mark, shout out to Jerry Mark in the building. What's going on? Yes, there are more than 3 dimensions. I believe so too, but we're just speaking in, in this sense. We rather go inside, so roll these windows up. Get my stuff. Mr. Sasua, why not flex? Rappers do it because at the end of the day, I built my channel to tell my story, and I hope that my story inspires other people. When you flex, it's difficult to inspire other people because when you flex, you can get self-conscious about stuff. You can start making people feel like they're not accepted, they can't relate to you because you flexing. As I said, the difference between bragging and inspiring to me is people who brag never show you a way. They just show off. The people who inspire show you a way and are not downing you because of the place walls or not putting you down because you're in a lower place than them. Don't forget the X. Let me see. All right, we got it. All right. Now listen to everybody. No, you can definitely learn from everybody. You can learn from everybody. But I'm not going to go to a donkey to teach me how to climb a tree. It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to go to a person who isn't financially free to teach me how to live as a millionaire. I'm not going to go to a person who only deals with regular women overseas to tell me the price of a pro. It just doesn't make sense, yo. Don't be one-dimensional, y'all, in the 3-dimensional world. This has been Jeep Talks episode 19. Don't be one-dimensional in the 3-dimensional world. It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYVOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.